Faith, Belief in Action. Randy Ollis is finding people who are guided by their faith from all religions, denominations, and walks of life, and sharing their stories with you. From the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is Finding Faith.
Welcome to the Finding Faith Podcast. I'm Randy Ollis, and on this episode, Randall Newsom and I, we're going to talk to Pastor Kenneth Sullivan Jr. about his new book, Prayer Still Works. Today's Finding Faith, we have Pastor Kenneth Sullivan Jr. joining us. He's the leader of New Direction Church here in Indy, but he's also an author here to talk about his new book, Prayer Still Works.
Oh, and then something else, Randy.
Yeah, what's that?
He happens to be my pastor.
What? Good.
Felt like you snuck this one up on me, Randy.
Yeah, we did. So,
Pastor, when we talk about your walk and as a leader, you think of being an author as well. You got 3 books now. Yeah. Prayer Still Works is the title of this one. People say prayer works, but why did you choose this title, Prayer Still Works?
Yes, Prayer Still Works is to explain to people that it's not something that's outdated or antiquated, but that is something we can still turn to in our times of desperation, in our times of need, and just really get the strength that we need and the encouragement that we need during those times of prayer.
That's awesome.
Why do you think prayer is so important? And by the way, Randall attends your church here. Is he okay?
He is in tune when he's in church. He's taking notes.
Is he taking notes?
Yeah.
Wow. I got to, so I can deal with you every week.
I know when we're at church and we take notes, my wife has like 6 pages of notes.
Yeah.
I have 1 or 2 lines. That's about it.
Wow.
So for me, anyway, the importance of prayer here. Why do you emphasize that?
Prayer can kind of be likened to your phone charger. All of us, throughout the course of a day, we exert energy, thoughts, time, we deal with pressure, and so just like your phone, you get drained, you get weary, you get tired, and so you need to recharge so that you can be re-energized to be able to function and do all the things that you need to do. And so it's important for us to spend that time in prayer to really recharge and to be renewed.
One thing about your messages, whether it's in church or your books or anywhere you're speaking, relatable. You always like to kind of bring some of the new in with the old, and there's some remixes in there when it comes to how you deliver your message. What can people expect from Prayer Still Works?
What they can expect is a manual that will really help them to dig deeper into prayer. There's 3 points that I really want to share with people, and that's in the last chapter. It's really getting alone with God. We see Jesus' prayer life. It was a time where he spent with the Father. He goes off to a secluded place, and so it should be done in seclusion so that you can have that time alone with God. But then it should also be done on schedule. You should have it carved out, that time that you spend with God. And it's also done, point number 3, for strength. So again, back to being recharged and being refueled. When you spend that time with God, you live lighter and you're more encouraged to deal with the challenges of the day.
It sounds like a good diet, right?
Well, I like that. And it's not just praying, but I always say too, just listening. A lot of times we come forth and just say, "Here's my request," this and that. But just spend some time listening and have it very quiet. Not a voice, but sometimes in your spirit and your heart, you may talk to me.
Absolutely. And I think that we must understand that prayer is not monologue; it's dialogue. As you said, we share with God what's on our heart, but then we stop and hear from Him. How do we deal with the challenges? How do we want Him to direct and lead our lives?
Where can people get the book before we get out of here?
They can get the book from my website, KenSullivanJr.com. They can also get it at Amazon, and they could get it online in other places where books are sold. But I would encourage people to go directly to my website, Ken Sullivan Jr., and they can purchase the book or come by the church.
I was about to say, because that's usually how I get the book. I just go by the church.
That's right. You've got a great pastor here.
I think so too.
So much.
Don't be trying to ask him some extra stuff.
I'm not sure about him, but you have a great passer here. So,
Pastor Sullivan, thank you so much for having us, guys.
Thank you all for having me. My pleasure. Thank you again.
Still works.
Thank you again.
Yes, sir. Always. I'll see you in a little bit.
Absolutely.
I'm Randy Ollis. Thanks for joining me in the Finding Faith podcast. Join me again next time as I share more stories of people who are guided by their faith. If this podcast has touched you, I hope you'll share it with a friend. If you have a story you want to share, go to lifestylelive.tv and click on the contact button.
This is Finding Faith with Randy Ollis. Be sure to like and subscribe to this podcast, and be sure to check out other great podcasts on the All Indiana Podcast Network online at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.